August 3rd, 2023. And I always hear the Havana syndrome, but most all the time it's much quieter right now. So I want you to see the difference in the way my phone is when it's much quieter. It's like quiet water running right now. Now, mind you, I still hear the sound, but it's not nearly as intense and distracting like it was yesterday. So I called FCC again to confirm that the cell towers that have to be registered are above 200 feet ground level. Above 200 feet ground level. So the ones under it apparently may not have to be registered. Also, the ones that have to be registered are at the airport. So the Half Moon Bay Airport has several 5G towers. The one I'm interested in is in the front by Highway 1 in Half Moon Bay, California. And it's a 4-panel 5G tower with huge cables going up and the shed next to it, which I believe is weaponized. And they're very nice there. They weren't sure who exactly owned it and who's exactly leasing it. So I called the FCC and I said, why are there 2 cell towers there and there's only one registration that I could find for that location at the airport? So when I go to the FCC antenna registration structure site, I get the list in Half Moon Bay of all the ones that are there, but there's a few that, there's a registration number only for one of those cell towers next to each other close to Highway 1. There's several others somewhere else on the airport that I'm not talking about. But if it's by an airport, they should both be registered. One should be saying terminated because I was told the back one was terminated. When I go to the FCC site, antenna structure registration, it points to the one behind the one in front. So I'm not sure if it's an error on their part and they meant to say the one in front, that's the active and alive one. So the FCC licensing board is going to send me some information on this. I asked them to tell me what the exemptions are for 5G towers not being registered and to try to get me the information on the one at the airport and the police station. Now the police were very nice to me. The captain never called me back. So he doesn't want to get involved, I'm sure. That's what I'm assuming, to let me know the registration number on that cell tower where they all park behind their police department, behind the locked gated fence. Anyway, I asked FCC who that one belongs to and who is leasing it. I'm still trying to get information. I'm still going to go to the local planning and zoning governmental office because that is public information. And I do want to get it. But on my last video, I was being hit hard with Havana syndrome. And the buzzing like a thousand pound mosquito in my head was so loud. It was like I was a radio with the static turned up. So of course, when people are being targeted with directed energy weapons, they're not going to think clearly all the time. And they might say the wrong word or misspell a sentence, which I do when I'm being attacked. I persevere. And I try to do the best I can. So I made that correction. So if the perpetrators want to use that last video against me, I now have this video that you're all going to see and know that it's above 200 feet. Those have to be registered because they're worried about them hitting planes and other things. But if these 5G towers are as dangerous as they are, first of all, we should all be informed of the dangers of these microwaves coming out of them. And they shouldn't be exempt from environmental protections, and I believe some of them are. They get to be put forward, and then there's an X by exempt. Environmental, research study, that's not okay. We, the citizens of the United States of America, have a right to be protected by our national security and not be put in danger